I hate to say it, but I am going to say it, closed-minded mentality when you start your cleaning business that nobody is as good as you and your clients only
Mm,
want you and they're not going to be okay with other people. And I quickly learned that that wasn't true, that
that's good.
I could have employees to
Yeah.
help out, or I could send them to those houses without me. And I realized that, yes, while my clients love me and love working with me, it's more that we offer as a package than the actual individual who is there in their home
Yeah.
cleaning.
My name is Misa Lavalos, and I started a cleaning business back in 2018 with no clue on what I was doing. And now it's a seven-figure company. On this podcast, I sit down with other cleaning business owners and talk about the real journey. This is the Cleaning Journey Podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate being on here and love sharing my experience and my journey. My name is Jessica Agate, and I own the Cleaning Diva LLC in Belmar, New Jersey. I actually currently run my business from Southwest Florida because I have a powerhouse squad of divas that, we've gotten to this point where we're able to do that. So that's amazing. And we service residential homes. We are all about allowing our clients to live their best life by giving them less stress and more free time in their life to do the things that they want to be doing nights and weekends, spending it with their family or going to yoga class or reading a book or going to their kids' sporting events or even entertaining without the guilt of feeling like they haven't cleaned their house or they have to clean their house or they don't have time to
Yeah.
get to cleaning their house. So we are here to help our clients live their best lives at the Jersey
Yeah.
Shore in Monmouth and Ocean County, New Jersey. So
New Jersey.
yeah, that's what we're about. We also are a core value-based company. So practice positivity, value relationships, have fun, make money, and be productive are our core values.
Love them.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to hear that you are a cleaning company that has core values.
Yes, thank you. We,
Yeah, that
it's, and I think if you dig deep, you realize that you do have core values. You just
yeah,
might not be practicing and running
yeah.
your business on them. So, you know, along the way in this journey, I mean, I started my business in 2007 and here we are in 2025. In the beginning, and as time goes on through your journey, you realize when you're meeting with clients or you're interviewing employees, we call our employees divas. So when I
Yeah.
was interviewing divas and when that right fit happens, you feel it, right? Just as much as when the right fit, isn't there
Yeah.
or someone comes along and isn't the right fit, you feel it. So defining that as core values really was an eye opener for me, which I learned through a cleaning business like mentorship program that I was in years ago. And then it clicked. I'm like, oh my gosh, this whole time, the whole reason that these people weren't really a good fit was because they weren't matching our core values or my core
Mm,
values. So I
mm.
think when I defined those core values, practice positivity, be productive, value relationships, have fun, and make money, I realized like that's what it's all about. And running the business on those core values and defining them and speaking them and living them
Yeah.
really was the game changer and a shift for our company.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. It's like you're sharing my story.
Oh,
Yeah, that's core values are a huge, huge must. It's the rock of the company, right?
absolutely.
Um, I always in interviews I always share like, hey, we make decisions off of our core values.
Mm-hmm,
We
mm-hmm.
hire, we fire, and we make overall decisions just about the company with our core values. So I'm just really, really happy to hear that you have, those core values. I've talked to dozens of cleaning companies, and you're actually the first one that I've heard start off with that. Like,
Wow.
this is what we're about, and this is why who we are, and that's because of our values. And it's a huge, huge, that's a huge win for any business owner to be able to teach that to their employees and say, hey, this is what we're about, and that's the culture, right?
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
if you're not about these core values, you're gonna stand out and like we're gonna figure out really quickly that you don't belong here. So that's
Yeah, and
Jessica.
all, oh, thank you so much. And also like, when you say figuring out that you don't belong here, but also figuring out like how amazing it is when you do belong here and
Yeah,
how that culture just like resonates throughout the team with your clients, and actually like their daily lives as well. Like we have team meetings every Tuesday morning, and yeah, I call them celebrations and intentions because like we celebrate our wins from the week before, talk about our intentions for the week, what's going on for the week, and then also like if there's anything that went awry or didn't go as smooth as we expected, a curveball was thrown, we talk about those and how we handled it, and or how we could have handled it better. So because I'm not there physically with our team, and obviously they don't see each other all the time on a daily basis either. That weekly Zoom meeting, Diva Squad meeting that we have every Tuesday
yeah,
morning is like our time to like hang for that week.
yeah.
It's usually like an hour-long meeting, but sometimes we're going, over it because we're just like having such a good time being with each other all in the same place and the same space. And we just love to celebrate each other. And one of the things that was brought up last week, not this past week, but the week before in the meeting, the girls were just like praising each other and then praising the company culture of like, they have so much fun at work. And that is one of our core values, but not swing from the chandelier kind of fun,
Of
but like
course, of course.
they expressed to me that they love coming to work and they've never had a job where they felt like coming to work and they felt excited to come to work and they loved being there and they looked forward to it, and the changing daily schedule of it all as well. It's like not monotonous, but just the support that we have for each other, they have for each other, I have for them, they have for us as a company and for our clients. Like that support and love is so real, and it just like it shined through so much on that meeting the other day that like I was just like, oh guys, like I'm gonna cry. Like I'm not patting myself on the back, but just to express that they were like, we just all think you're such a great boss. Like the way that you treat us, the way that like you've like, set this standard for our company and our culture and our clients, and our team as well, that like we just wanted you to know that like we appreciate you, and the fact that like you appreciate us so much and you let us know how much you appreciate us, and will you give us the freedom and the flexibility and like empower us all the time, and are so understanding when things happen and are just about, hey, like how can we resolve this and make this better? Because it's always like how you finish, not how you started in situations too. And it's how you resolve those situations that I think really makes the most impact. And
Yeah,
it was cool to hear them, chat with each other and with me about it and just like recognize that, and it's
yeah,
just, it was rewarding. It was very rewarding, on
yeah,
the
definitely.
boss
I
end of
mean,
it.
because you put all that hard work. You've been in the trenches. You saw what works and what didn't, and you found out, hey, this is how I want to run my company, and it's showing. So definitely be proud of yourself of all that hard
Oh,
work.
thank you. I
I
appreciate
can
that.
I can clearly see it that you're just a high energy and you love your people and you care about your people. I mean, that is amazing to just hear that. Hey, the environment you've created is people that appreciate you and enjoy what they do, and that was only created because of the things that you put in place. So that's awesome to hear, Jessica. And I want to hear now, it sounds all great. Like you have your employees are rocking, your values are rocking. You spend time with your employees weekly, which is amazing because you get to hear feedback and you get to make decisions based on that feedback. But let's go back to the beginning. I
Mm.
want to understand those
Let's do
roots, like
it.
those 15 years that you were telling me about cleaning. So, what made you start a cleaning business?
Great question. It's one that I get asked a lot, actually. The end game answer to that is that I wanted my own business. I wanted the freedom and the flexibility of my own business. But I do have to admit, I didn't have a crappy job before before I left. And I think that's like, I didn't realize it years ago when people would like be in awe over what I did. Really, why it was is because I didn't have like this crazy grinding 9 to 5 job. It was a 9 to 5 job, but I actually was a travel writer.
Oh,
So
okay.
I was traveling primarily on cruises. We were a cruise news publication. We had some other travel publications, but I am a journalist by college degree. So I have a journalism degree, and I ended up my first job out of college was for a travel publication. So I pretty much like it was a great job. I'm not going to lie. It was an amazing job. I traveled all over and wrote about it. But I still, at the end of the day, like wasn't my own boss, and I didn't have that flexibility while I was at the office doing things and freedom, and also really wasn't making great money. Like I had a lot of perks, but I mean, I think my first job, and this is back in 1998 out of college, I was making like $24,000 a year, which some people are probably gasping at,
Yeah.
Um, but so it was the financial freedom of it, and that being able to make as much as I wanted to make, or put my mindset to, and
Yeah.
action behind, and also that flexibility and that freedom of being my own boss, and going to work at 10 or 11 a.m. if I wanted to, and cutting out at 2 o'clock on a Friday if I wanted to. It was all that kind of stuff without the rules, with I'm a Sagittarius, so like being,
Same.
held down is not on the fire side. I'm sure you can tell.
Yeah. So I feel
So,
you.
so yeah, so I just, I had left that cruise publication job and did like a couple like random things in between to try to figure out like, what is it that I really want to be doing? And I always was cleaning for me was always like a therapeutic outlet, and I knew I was really good at it and detailed at it, and I just kind of just started. Decided one day I was going to start my own cleaning business, and I did. And started that primarily on Craigslist,
Wow.
back in the early 2000s here. Um, and yeah, just started building a clientele off of Craigslist. I was doing it alone for a while, and then, would hire finally, I think we all have this, I hate to say it, but I am going to say it, close-minded mentality when you start your cleaning business, that nobody is as good as you, and your clients only
Mm,
want you,
mm.
and they're not going to be okay with other people. And I quickly learned that that wasn't true. That
That's
I
good.
could have, I could have employees to
Yeah.
help out, or I could send them to those houses without me. And I realized that, yes, while my clients love me and love working with me, it's more that we offer as a package than the actual individual who is there in their home
Yeah.
cleaning. As long as now I learned, that you hire on core values, because that's really where a lot of the security comes in, with having the right person at those houses. But I mean, I went through it took me a long time to learn how to get it right. And still, we're always evolving, and there's always like these resources that are coming out on a daily basis. Luckily for us in the cleaning business industry now, because I think so many people have discovered what a great model it is for recurring business, that there's so many resources now. Like, okay, so let's bring it back to like, 2010, let's just say, when I had a between 2010 and 2015, where it's like I'm running my business on no apps. I didn't even know that there was like any type of apps, like a scheduling app or anything. So it's like I'm doing everything in my phone, like calendar. I'm scheduling people in my phone calendar. I don't have a CRM, so I'm like just have everything's just running on my actual phone, like my iPhone.
Wow.
Back then, I had a BlackBerry back then, which I wish they
Oh,
were still
wow.
around. But I didn't really have systems and processes in place. Like, and my checklists were like on paper, my schedule was on paper. So when the team was going out, I was handing them like paper schedules, like,
Yeah.
the trial and error of using
Yeah.
all the different cleaning products and supplies that you can at one point thinking I needed an office and company cars and getting all those things. And then to come to find out, hey, that's really not the best move. Like, let's take it back to basics and have our divas use their own cars, and not have the burden of having our company cars. And hey, we don't really need this, $500 a month office space. We can downsize to I call it downsizing, but it really, in my mind, was more of an upgrade to a storage unit that is set up like an office where the team can come and have quick access to refilling their supplies and doing all of that, and a spot for them to grab coffee and water when they need it, for a fraction of the cost. So just little things like that, I learned along the way, and really, joining networks of other cleaning business owners, I think, is huge, and learning from them and learning from people that, your predecessors before you, of how
Yeah.
they've done things, and, learn from their mistakes. But trust me, I had plenty of mistakes along the way that I've learned from, but it is really, and sometimes I don't give myself enough credit. It is really amazing to see, like, the evolution of, how I started for, just me, basically me and a bucket and a mop and supplies out of the back of my car, and even using client supplies at the time. And then, even looking back at that to how far we've come now, and the systems we have in place for marketing, and like just keeping our clients in check, in a system, and emailing them, and just having the schedule actually in an app. And now we use Jobber. I don't know what you use, but
Yeah, Jobber as well.
I love Jobber. And like, once I discovered it, I'm like, why did I never even look into this app? I didn't even know
Yeah.
these apps existed, So, learning what's out there to help you catapult your business, and using those resources is like a total game changer as well. And having systems in place for hiring, and client attraction, and employee attraction and stuff. I know we touched on that earlier, like, those core value-based ads, if you will, for
Yeah.
attracting, both employees and also for clients as well. Like, that's a mind shift, game changer, and putting that stuff into action as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, while I always had that culture inside of me, and it never really came out as vividly or poignantly as it does now, because I live on those core values, and really exude that company culture, and so does our team and our clients as well.
Yeah.
So it was like, that evolution was really what made the shift.
Yeah.
I
Oh
don't know
my
if that,
God.
hopefully that answered your question. I
Yeah.
know it was kind
I
of,
think I think you
just went
answered
into
a couple
one
of
thing
them
to another
already.
there.
Yeah, no, that's amazing.
Hey, real quick, before we dive back in, if you're a cleaning business owner stuck in the day-to-day, doing the cleaning, handling the calls, and working crazy hours, I want you to know that there's a better way. I help cleaning business owners just like you build systems, hire right, and understand their numbers. If that sounds like what you need, go to the link in the description and book a free strategy call with me. Don't keep doing it alone. Let's build something better together.
I give you praise for being the cleaning business owner that did whatever it took to figure it out.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
did start in a calendar, you did start in a checklist, in a paper, but you started.
Mm-hmm.
And that is amazing because you were figuring it out as you were going, and you were giving it your best. Yes, okay, now we have, scheduling, and we have all of these apps. Yeah, that's great if we would have being able to figure that early on, right? But the fact that you took action, and you were doing whatever it took to figure out your business, and now look at you. Now you get to run a company, and provide for other people an income where they can come in, and a job where they can enjoy. So that is amazing, Jessica. And
Yeah.
now that you're using systems and all of that stuff, and everything is running smoothly, what's the one thing you wish you would have known when you started?
That I could have all of these systems and processes, to put into place to be able to run my business remotely, and not have to have the control, actually, because I think that's probably the biggest thing. I wish I would have known that I can have less control. I can let go of control a little bit and not have to be the one person doing everything all the time and not have
Yeah.
to be an octopus,
Yeah. Yeah.
with my tentacles in every single
Yeah.
thing,
It's stressful.
Um, so I think that that's really what I learned a little bit more, what I wish I would have known earlier is that I can actually run my business remotely. I don't have to be the one doing the day to day, every single day, all day long,
Yeah.
physically. And
Yeah.
that I can, there's amazing people out there to rely on and empower and, um, educate and have confidence in to do the things that you thought you are the only
Yeah.
person that could have done. Like, I'm so grateful and blessed, I feel like, to have such an amazing squad of divas, who really work independently and like have the ability and the wherewithal to do what they're doing on a daily basis and love doing it and really set a good example for others coming on board and other employees coming on board, and also represent the cleaning diva to the highest level that I could possibly ask for.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing, especially knowing and trusting that there are good people out there that will provide good work, better work than what
Oh,
we
absolutely.
do, right? And
Absolutely.
yeah, because it is a belief that, like you said earlier, it is a belief that we have as cleaning business owners that, hey, no one's going to do it better than you. The client is requesting you, so you don't want to let the client down. You don't want to bring someone else in because what if the client doesn't like them? And we get into
Mm-hmm.
our headspace of all of these things, these scenarios. But in reality, like there are a lot of good people out there. And it is our job and our duty to be able to give them a space where they could shine and their
Mm-hmm.
true values and their true expertise could come out. It's not just cleaning. It's not just come in, pick up the mop and start wiping stuff down and clean. Anybody can clean. But when people could follow the core values, being a team culture, care about the customers, those are great people. And those are the
Yeah,
people we want to
absolutely.
find
And
for our company.
cultivating the relationships with the clients, and for
Yeah.
us as a company, value relationships, I know I mentioned it, is part of is a core value of ours, and that's not just within the team, but that's with our clients too, like valuing the relationships that we have with our clients. Like, it's a part of who I am. I'm a relationship builder and person.
I see that.
I love having and cultivating relationships, and our team is like that with our clients as well, and our clients with our team as well. And that's so important. Having those qualities in employees who like wanting, and just, we literally want our clients to live their best lives, and we do everything that we can to help them do that. We're there to
Yeah.
help them live their best life and make their life just easier on a daily basis. Life is busy, life is hard. We're here to make it easier. Like, that's like, and our team shares that mission. Like, they're on board with that mission. And at the same time, like, our employees, getting back to to why I started this business and having that flexibility and the freedom, like, our divas have that as well in their lives, like with the scheduling that, opportunities that we provide them, as well. And I'm always like, I want them to know, like, hey, if if you've got a doctor's appointment, or you need a couple days off, or you have to, like, we have systems in place for them to let me know that, so that we can make sure that we're working things around their schedule as well.
Yeah.
Because I
That's
do believe that freedom and that flexibility is important for my employees as well.
Yes, for sure. For sure. And this question here that I have is a question that a lot of cleaning businesses owners are gonna relate to. I've had it about, I've been in business for 7 years. I think I've had it maybe like two or three times every year. Obviously, a lot more in the beginning, but and then things started getting easier. But we hit those points where we feel like we want to give up. You know, bring me
Mm-hmm.
back to that one time
Uh,
we were like, Oh man, you know what? I'm just gonna throw in the towel. I'm tired of this. Share with us.
One time, gosh, I mean, I don't know if I could break it down to just one time. It's happened so much. Like, I mean, there's been so many times that I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I can't. Like, I can't. What am I gonna do? Like, I can't keep being on this roller coaster ride because it, but at the end of the day, that's any small business owner. It's not just cleaning. Like, I have to bring myself back to saying, like, we're all on a roller coaster ride. It's how we're like dealing with those highs and lows, right? So,
Yeah.
there's been so many times that I've wanted to throw the towel in because I just didn't see a way out of the chaos. Like, everything was so chaotic, whether it was like I've had employees, like, you know, 5 employees quit in the same week at
Oh
one
my God.
time, like years ago, and I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, what, like, I can't, oh my gosh, I'm gonna let our clients down. I
Yeah.
can't physically do all of this, like, but it
But
was one of those
you would jump
situations.
back in,
Yeah,
right?
that was one of those
Yeah.
situations that I jumped back in. My teacher friends came to the rescue. My sister has come to the rescue. Like, I've, I've just done whatever I had to do to make it happen and to serve our clients. And it might not have been on the same day that they were scheduled. Listen, I just jumped into action. I moved clients around. I did what I had to do. We served those clients. And I pulled a temporary team together while I could get, things in place for recruiting, to bring, more divas and the right divas on board. But we made it happen. And listen, it didn't always happen the way I wanted it to happen, but things always worked out. And I do always believe that. And I tell the team, my team that too. Like, listen, guys, it's going to work out. We're going to
Yeah.
make it happen, and jump into action, but everything's going to work out. And
I love that attitude.
I always find too that, like, when you're overbooked, or and a diva calls out, or an employee calls out, somebody randomly cancels and you move somebody, or, like, things like that always work out, but it does start with the mindset and the manifestation of it all. And I always also found that when I'm thinking something negative in my head, like, oh, oh, I just have a feeling this person's not going to come in today, or I have a feeling this person's going to cancel, or this, it ends up happening, and it might, like, not always in a positive way. So I
Yeah.
really have learned from myself to only think positive thoughts
Yeah.
in situations like that, because 9 times out of 10, that situation that I had in my head becomes a reality. I don't know if you find that as well,
Yeah, yeah,
but
definitely. And it's
things,
good you as a business owner get into that headspace because
yeah.
there's a lot of moving parts, right? And like, I think many times, and there could be those mindsets of people that say, "Oh no, that person's not gonna come tomorrow," and then they don't come, and they're like, "Of course, it always happens to me, and that always this, and that always that," and they get into this really bad way of thinking about other people and about their business that like it really affects the whole thing. So I love the fact that you just shared like I get into this mindset of it's gonna work out. I can share with you the same mindset of how many times that worked out for me. It's like,
Hmm.
okay, that person quit. Okay. Now we can sit here and cry about all of the things and how like it's going to be so much work and all of these things, or we can just find a solution. What's
Hmm.
the first thing that we need to do? Okay, that person's not coming in. Okay, let's call the client. Let's figure something out. Who can jump in? Can another person,
Hmm.
and you just figure it out. And as a business owner, we have to sit down and not be scared to make tough decisions, but be curious about making like jumping into those challenges and saying, well, hey, like if people are quitting, what am I doing
Hmm.
that
Exactly.
that is creating these things, right? Like, am I creating an environment where people want to feel welcomed? Am I creating Do I have the right hiring funnel so that I can hire people faster, right? Like, am I sharing reliability and core values to my people where they know our standards? So I
Mm-hmm.
love the fact that you say like, hey, it's gonna work out, but at the end of the day, what do we need to do now to make it work?
If you're getting value out of this episode, hit subscribe and send it to another cleaning business owner who needs it. Now let's get back into it.
Yeah, and if you listen to two people's quotes, one Taylor Swift, "It's me, I'm the problem, it's me," and also Marie Florio always says everything's figure outable.
Mm,
So like it's about like looking, okay, well, if you have somebody who is taking vacation all the time or calling out all the time, like take a look at your policies. Like what are your day off policies? What's your policy for schedule requests?
hmm
Do they have to request it 2 weeks in advance? Do you have a system where they can go in and request it from you in a document or whatever your process is? Because
Yeah.
maybe your employee is feeling like they don't have enough time off, or they don't know how to take days off because you didn't implement a policy to let them know that they can do that or how they can do it. So that's just one example for something like
Yeah,
that. Or like when
definitely.
it comes to like cleaning standards, or if you're getting a lot of client complaints, like maybe your employees don't know how the correct way to do something because you don't have a system in place to train them how to do those things or to check those things.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
so, and yeah, like that definitely is a mind chef situation too that I made as far as like, and listen, I've always been that type of person to blame myself for things. So like it didn't,
I
it
think we're
didn't,
all there at that point.
but there's a difference between blaming yourself for something and taking a closer look at what ingredient is missing in your secret sauce that isn't making it taste good, you know?
hmm hmm
So, and listening to your employees, like getting feedback from them, and your clients, not just your employees, but your clients too. Like we have
Yeah.
amazing, our clients are just absolutely amazing. And I always will look to them for, feedback, and positive or negative, or, send out surveys every once in a while to your team and your clients about certain things, like, and how things are going, whether in their home, in their daily life, and just to find out what kind of improvements could be made, or if they're looking to get something from you and your company that you might not have even thought of, and you can add a new type of service, or
Yeah.
level of service to your list of services to your
Yeah.
offerings. But always good to check in like with employees about the day to day too, like what's missing, do we need to have something else, whether it be like a certain cleaning product, if you will, or a tool that they might need to, more flexibility in their schedule, or more. And on the flip side of flexibility, maybe they need, a more rigid system or a more structure to follow. Because some people, when they don't have the actual structure that they need, that's when, they flounder. So it
Yeah.
could, there's a multitude of things, but really figuring those out, finding solutions, and then just move forward with implementing whatever needs to be done to make your day great, your employees' day great, and just your company as a whole rise.
Yeah. I love it. Love it. Through chaos, find a solution.
It's true. That's
Yeah.
exactly it in a
Yeah,
nutshell.
solution oriented.
I mean, I look back at the things that I used to do and the way I used to run my business sometimes, and I'm like, how did I even function? No wonder I was like in chaos all the time. No wonder why I didn't have time to work on my business, right? Because I'm like,
Yeah. Always
constantly
trying to put
freaking
out
out anyway.
fires. Love
Always
that.
trying to put out fires.
I'm really excited to hear now what your day to day looks like. Like compared to before, like what does Jessica now do on throughout the week? What does the week look like?
As busy as I am, I feel like I have way more free time, and more free time in my head as well. Of like you bring up the point of putting out fires, not always having to be on call to put out fires all the time is a great feeling. But honestly, if I'm being honest, my day to day is more of being a leader to the team, and also being like finding bigger solutions now of how to grow and to scale, and also to spend more time doing things that I want to be doing as well, like enjoying, like I live in Florida now, so I love to be outside. So I'm sitting here with you, even though you can't see it, because of my background, but I'm sitting outside at the table in the lanai, just like enjoying this beautiful weather today, having this amazing conversation with you, where I feel like years ago, if you and I were having this conversation, I would not be on video because I would be out cleaning somebody's house and I would be like, you
Mhm.
know, with my
Yeah.
headphones in, trying to multitask a million things, you know? So my
Yeah.
day to day is slow mornings, if I'm being honest with you, something I've always dreamed of. And, you know, I think freedom, flexibility, and success looks different to everybody. And however you define your success is how you define it, not someone else, not how someone else does. And to me, slow mornings and enjoying my coffee and not being stressed as soon as I wake up and like be rushed to get out the door was a dream of mine. And now I'm living that dream because I don't have that like get up and go rush running around
Yeah.
like a lunatic every day. I
Yeah.
enjoy my slow mornings. I take that time for myself. I take the time to like go through emails and do some like administrative things that I like to do and I enjoy doing. Um, and just, you know, doing things through I have other businesses as well now, which is awesome and is also has been a dream of mine as well. So I also own a property management company here in
Okay.
Florida, Southwest Florida, where I manage short-term rental homes. And a couple of them I've actually designed and furniture sourced and done all of that as well, which I love, absolutely love doing. So, so I now have the ability to do that, and that's part of my day to day as well. But
Yeah.
I always
Very
do.
busy.
If I go by with a day without like at least like saying hi to the divas, I feel, you know, a little lost. I do like to touch. I don't have to touch base with them every day by any stretch of the means because they're amazing. They work amazingly independently and with each other as a team. But I do like to say, hey, you know, like,
Yeah.
how's
How
your
you guys
day
doing?
going? Just to say hi and communicate because
Yeah.
I love them. They're amazing.
Awesome.
So yeah, and I do, obviously I talk to clients as well. I actually still do the sales for the Cleaning Diva. I haven't, I haven't delegated that yet. So I do diva, client attraction throughout the day, as well, and chatting with new clients and onboarding new clients as well.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
although that answer may have seemed all over the place, and my day is a lot less chaotic than
Yeah.
it used to be.
It sounds like you're doing what you enjoy. Right.
Exactly,
You can see it in your
exactly.
smile, you can see it in your personality that you're doing what you truly enjoy, even though you're doing multiple businesses and you're in the sales for your cleaning business, like you're doing something that you love, and that's what matters. That if
Yeah,
that's like you said, like everybody has a different version of what success means to them. And if this is success for you, like, hey, more power to you. Like, continue doing that, continue getting fueled by that. I think that that's something that we can all miss is we compare ourselves to other people's success when in reality we haven't dig deep and say, well, what do I truly want? You know, what does that look like for me? And then what do I need to do to move forward towards that? So knowing that you have all of these things, like what keeps you going?
what keeps me going? That's a good question. You're going to make me ponder that a little bit. Um, Being able to help people. I love to help people. So being able to help people in the capacity that I do is really what keeps me going. Whether it's our clients, whether it's the team, whether it's, you know, helping homeowners with short-term renting their house out and taking that off of their plate. I just love to help people. So I think that's really what keeps me going, um,
Good.
is the fact that I have all these avenues to be able to help people.
Yeah.
And also like through, through our business, we do a lot for for breast cancer awareness and for moms and things like that as well. So having the opportunity and having a business where we are able to help people out in that capacity,
Yeah.
is very rewarding as well. And I love to be able to, even just for Mother's Day, for example, we had, a gift card giveaway. And I just talked to the woman who won it today. And she's like, basically was like, I like manifested this. I've been following you for years. And I like totally feel like it's time that I need your service. I have, my kids have grown up in our house and I work all the time. And now my grandkids come here and it's time for me to be able to enjoy my nights and weekends. And, and she actually won our gift card, which like, catapulted her into doing this for herself. And like, to me, that's so rewarding because, it is hard for people to ask for help. And it is, especially women and moms, it's hard to ask for help. And it also is, you know, being able to take that first step to ask for help that gets you that help. So we understand that. And I always congratulate someone when they reach out for the first time ever with, never have gotten a cleaning service before. Like the first thing I say to them is congratulations for reaching out, because it's a
Yeah.
big step to reach out for help if you're not the type of person who asks for help a lot. But
Yeah.
once you get that help, it's like so rewarding. And just you realize how many other avenues open up for you. And especially like that, feeling good about yourself and getting help for yourself and taking care of yourself. Like getting a house cleaning service really is like and mental health and physical well-being for yourself
Yeah.
as well.
I
And once
totally
people
agree.
realize that, like, and they ask for help, like we love to be able to help people. So, um, the long and short of it is helping people really, keeps me going,
Yeah.
honestly.
Which is that is fantastic. Because yes, I always tell my employees like we save marriages. We
Hmm.
save mental health. Like we make people's lives better through cleaning, and
Hmm.
it's an experience that we get to give them, and so that they can come home and not have to worry about those things, and they can focus on their kids, and they can focus on the areas that they love. And that goes with what you're saying, is like you're helping them create those memories, create those moments, and not worry about the cleaning and you know maintaining their house, so that it's cleaning on the weekend. That's one of the very popular things. So you're
Hmm.
helping them through that, and that's what keeps you going. And that's amazing that you can share that, and you can share that with your clients and your team as well. Now, I'm really interested. This would be our last question for today. Where do you see yourself and your business 3 to 5 years from now?
3 to 5 years from now. Um, I see my cleaning business um, covering more area of New Jersey, covering more area of the Jersey Shore. And I also see us just shining like we are today. I don't have like this huge like, oh, we want to be a $2 million business or we want to be this. Like honestly, I'm super happy with the way that our business is running now. And not that I don't see any more growth, because I do. I do see growth. I don't, you know, I'm not looking to franchise it or catapult it to like a multi-million-dollar business, because I like what we're doing in our community now. So I just see us helping our community even more, expanding within our Jersey Shore community, and really just helping as many people at the Jersey Shore as we can live their best life.
Yeah.
But I do also see, growth in my other company as well. I've already seen it. Actually, we just got a new client this past week. So I do see that growing here in Florida as well, our property management business. And I do see us having, in 5 years from now, I do see us really covering a lot of the Southwest Florida area. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, that's amazing. It seems like you have a very happy journey. What success means to you to just be able to grow your business, not try to catapult it, but really sustain it so that you get to serve your customers how you want to
Mm.
without having to overdo it or over stress it, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
And I'm not,
amazing.
yeah, I don't feel bad saying that. I think a lot of people feel like they have to like strive to be like $1 million business or multi-million dollar business. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't strive to do that. But where I am in my journey with my business, I obviously it continues to grow year after year after year, but I'm not on like this high speed chase to get a certain number down the road. I just because we're all very happy and we've scaled and it's sustainable for us right now, and we just want to help as many people at the Jersey Shore as we possibly can.
That is amazing. Well, thank you, Jessica. I do appreciate you taking this time and sharing your journey with us.
If you got value out of this episode and you enjoyed the conversation, share with another cleaning business owner. It truly helps us grow this podcast. My goal is to bring real conversations from real business owners so that we can grow this community together and help each other out. So if you really like this podcast, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next episode.